Auxillia Mnangagwa, First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Master in Economic Governance. She holds honorary doctorates from 3 universities: the Open University of Zimbabwe, the Indian Goenka University, and, since 2022, the Russian State University of Humanities. Today, the First Lady of Zimbabwe, Auxillia Mnangagwa, is active in Africa's First Ladies organization in the fight against HIV. She's an ambassador of health in Zimbabwe. In 2018, she founded the Angel of Hope Foundation, which raises funds for hospital rehabilitation, assists with employment opportunities for vulnerable people, develops secondary education, runs orphanages and shelters, and advocates for women's and racial equality. The First Lady of Zimbabwe Foundation has been awarded the We Are Together International Prize in the Health of the Nation category. In 2022, Zimbabwe's Angel of Hope Foundation and TVBRICS International Media Network entered into a media cooperation agreement.
Your Excellency, Mrs. Mnangagwa, good day. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation to have this interview. So it's my big honor to lead this interview with you.
Thank you.
Being the First Lady, it's a big honor, but also a big challenge. What does it personally mean to you to be First Lady?
Personally, being a First Lady is what you do for the people and for the country. It also defines who you are as a First Lady. In this case, I am a hard-working woman, and I would want to see many families, inclusion of women and girls and the youths, working for their good livelihood.
Back in 2018, by your initiative, the foundation, the Angel of Hope, was launched. How did you come up with this idea, with this amazing initiative led by the First Lady?
I thought to come up with this foundation to enable me to know what is it that is in Zimbabwe, in urban centers and in rural areas. That's how I came up with the foundation, since I also wanted to learn how our people are living. Because what I just found out from the urban centers and rural areas, there are 2 different lives there. So this helped me to see what type of work I'm going to do, or what type of help that I'm going to give to our people, given the 2 scenarios of urban and rural. I didn't start the work when I was the First Lady, when I became the First Lady. I think I was born with it, but I didn't know that there's another hidden talent. I used to help the grannies back home when I was still very young. My background is that I was the head of the family when I was very young, and I was looking after my siblings when I was young, as in grade 3, grade 4. And that's when I started helping the old people in our community. And then I once became an MP, Member of Parliament, of one of the constituencies in my country. I also found myself doing that as well. Looking at the elderly, washing clothes for them, before being the First Lady. Working in their fields, before I was the First Lady. And gathered all the women to work for their families. And that time, I touched on cleanliness, I touched on health, I touched on hands-on for families, livestock for women. And those rural women to also have some houses in urban setups. And all that is still going on. And it's in me. And when I do it wholeheartedly. I don't pretend, but I mean it. I didn't know about this, but I was born with it. That's why I started very young, looking after the old people and those who want some help. I could go do my work in the house, my own house, my chores there. Then I think of, but I didn't visit that granny 2 houses down the line. So I go there and do something, fetch firewood for him, putting some water to boil and cleaning, sweeping, washing for her. So it started when I was very young. Not that I was driven by the post of being First Lady, no. It's in me. Even if I leave the post of being First Lady, no one will take it away from me because it's inside me.
How it works today and what was in the beginning?
In the beginning, it was like awakening our people to know that there's a foundation which can help them in different aspects of life. And now it has shown that it can spread wings and do more than when the foundation started in 2018. The traversing that I do in the country also brings new ideas for me to embark on other areas that I have not yet started working on. So that's the difference now. And it's like I'm adding what I started before and what I'm getting still in the process of volunteering to save our nation. Core direction that I would want to see my foundation working on is the healthcare. Our women, the youths, to get the awareness that health first. And that's what, as a First Lady, I'm advocating on, educating our people that you have to understand and know your health. And the other field is on education. Educating all the people regardless of age or status. I've partnered with a local university, and this university helps to train our people in short courses, which now helps them to be in business, be able to market their products, and also bring in unity amongst themselves. The other thing also I'm looking at is production farming. I'm encouraging families to embark on farming, which includes our traditional grains. The traditional grains are different because they are small, tiny grains, but they are resistant to the climate change. Like now we're experiencing some heat waves. And now it's raining season in our country, but you'll find also that we have some spells of the heat. So these traditional grains, they can resist, and we will be able to get food for our families. I'm also encouraging women, families, to have domestic chickens, goats, sheep, livestock, domestic livestock. That should be found in every home or family setup. It mitigates the issues of relish, healthy eating. It also brings some funds to look after their families, sending children to school, the buying of uniforms, the other type of foods that they may want in the family. So I'm encouraging all families to have domestic livestock.
You focus on so many details.
Yes, I look at everything that makes a family. I'm also in hygiene. I am training families what hygiene is. Because if you look at it, it now also comes to our health that we are talking about. So the cleanliness of the homestead, if they know to clean where they live, that will now extend to the whole community. And there are small grocery shops. So now we have a clean environment. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think that being a mother helps you to focus on these details, like you're coming in every family house.
As a woman and as a mother, you should know these small details. Mm-hmm. And you go and remind them that you have forgotten this. Please, may you do this. The benefits are these. Mm-hmm. So that's how I work with the families.
This is very genuine approach.
Yes.
Yes, and it's very inspiring that you do it by yourself personally.
Yes.
Not like managing other people, but by your own example. Mm-hmm. Yes. You realize plenty of programs to enhance all citizens' access to education also. What positive changes in this area can be noted?
This brings development first in families. Somehow it also work with government, mm-hmm. development of the country. People have to be disciplined when they're educated, they're in business, and also they have to be disciplined financially when they get the money, how they are going to use it. It's an eye-opener to all ages actually, that self-discipline is very important in whatever you want to do, to see yourself prosper, and the business that you want to venture in, to bring more fruits for you when you're disciplined and following what is needed.
Speaking about women empowerment, what role women have in Zimbabwe?
We now find our women in agriculture, they're in mining, they're in tourism, they're in construction, they're virtually everywhere. But it started humbly, from the family level. Now they're able to be involved in all these areas. So you should start your work from where you live, and that encourages that every day they say, why not me doing that? Why not me trying that? But because it started from home. So that's what we are seeing now, that our women are now involved in everything. Like where we find men dominating, our women are also getting involved in that.
Oh, mm-hmm. That's very promising. Yes. Also, you run a successful feeding program to ensure no children miss school due to food challenges. This is also very important thing. When have you started to pay attention at this problem, and what have been done in this area?
I started this program in 2020 after I traveled around the country, and I noticed that the children who come from backgrounds that don't have are not attending or going to school. Sometimes because of hunger, sometimes because of some funds for paying school fees. And that's when I started this feeding program, for them to remain in class and being focused. And I've also taken some children that I'm paying school fees for. And I personally also make some school uniforms for those children. And we've seen now, if they think of that food, all the children are rushing, going to school, mm-hmm. because there's something to eat for them. And the attendance is changed for the better.
In your opinion, why the cooperation in the social sphere between our countries, Russia and Zimbabwe, is meaningful?
It's very important for nations to know each other. The cooperation between the two nations, or my foundation with other foundations here will bring some exchange programs and the insight of what is happening in the foundations, in the two nations. Where are women? Where are youths, both boys and girls? So it's part of it's educational, and it is helping, and it helps both foundations, both nations.
So, you know, United Nations declared sustainable development goals, and in my opinion, your foundation and what you do meets these goals perfectly. And thank you for promoting Zimbabwean approach in solving these problems. It really means a lot, and I think that this experience should be promoted worldwide through media sources also. And speaking about media, in your opinion, is it important to bring up these stories about voluntary and about all these social issues in media? Because, you know, nowadays media sources more focus on some sensational things, fright things and so on, because it attracts audience mostly. But as a journalist, I think that these stories should be told.
It is very important for media to be involved, because media spreads or it sells somebody's work. It also highlights to those people who don't know what is happening. We cannot work without media. But at the same time, we are saying we need proper and the correct reportage, so that it's not diluted or misunderstood. So we heavily rely on media. That's why I'm here today.
And we appreciate it a lot, yes. Your Excellency, what other areas of cooperation could you mention as a perspective for Russia and Zimbabwe, and maybe Zimbabwe and BRICS member states?
We need cooperation in almost everything. As you know, Russia is very economically it's sound. Science and technology is also very good. They are also in agriculture, in energy. So cooperation in all these areas will benefit Zimbabwe more, because we are learning from the country that has experienced it already. And we will try that Zimbabwe should leapfrog itself, not reinventing the wheel, but to leapfrog to established economies already, because we are still a developing country. I would want to say we welcome BRICS. And it's only time that we didn't have to get to know BRICS. BRICS now has a lot of work to do, because it has to learn and know the other side of the world, how we are doing our things. And they also tell the story to the other side of the world. So BRICS is now in between us. So we rely on BRICS to report exactly what is happening in Africa, and also back to our country what is happening here. So BRICS has a lot of work to do. That's why I am happy about working with BRICS. And BRICS now will tell the story, and it will encourage those who are not yet privy to what is happening here. And it encourages also those who are working hard to look for BRICS, so that we also get to know what is happening.
I'd like to conclude our conversation with the question that I didn't plan to ask, but please allow me to ask it. I heard that people in Zimbabwe call you Amai. This is very beautiful name, and in your own language it means like the mother of nation. It's just amazing. So what does it mean to you personally to be Amai?
I'm so humbled by that name. The word Amai embraces everything. The word Amai is also seen as I should know everything. And for the country of Zimbabwe calling me Amai, I'm so humbled. That's the respect they can give. And I want to thank them with such type of respect they've shown to me. And I respect them. There are much older women than me in my country. Very old women who are there. We have a lot of experience in life. But when you compare, and also with this word that am I, that's why I'm so humbled to the nation of Zimbabwe. And I promise that I'll be with them through and through. And I will tell them that I'm a free mother, as they've called me. I noticed that the word First Lady, to my nation, I feel it separates me from the people. Because if you think of First Lady, then you start, how am I going to be dressed? What am I going to talk about? What is she going to say about me when I leave? All that will come in somebody's mind. So I don't like that word because it leaves a gap between me and the people. So I want to be with them all the time. So where am I invites everyone to come and say, may I have this? I have this problem. So I mostly like the word am I than the First Lady.
We started our conversation with the words of the First Lady statues and concluded it with Amai.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
First Lady, it's like when we're in business and we visit places. But back home, I respect that word Amai because it is come from the people.
Yes. Not many nations call the First Ladies like Amai, like mother. It means a lot.
It means a lot.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. May I say thank you so much, Amai?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, for this conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.